Today I'm working on something, but I chose to. I want to be coming live. Maybe first um question while I'm at it. So while I wait for people to join me, I'm going to be working on what I'm working on. I'm tracing. I have. There are two things we're going to learn today. It's just we're learning how to alter your upper body scale for cow neck. I saw another method of making a cow neck that I like. I have already two methods that I know that we might be learning. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I don't know what time where you are. So I'm going to just trace out. I'll trace out the front pattern. So if you don't know how to draft a pattern, you can look it out. I have a tutorial on how to draft a half body scale and a full body scale in my channel. This is live, so I don't know if I could put it in the description box below, but if not, um I just hope there is a way you could see what I'm doing better. I don't know if this zooms. Oh, it does. Okay, so I'm tracing. This is the upper body. This part is the lower body. So I'm just going to trace out like so. Hello, good morning. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Today I want to alter a upper body scale for a cow neck. So I said I'm going to show two or three methods. Three methods. I already have two methods, a tutorial for two methods in my if you check my videos, you will see it. I've done for the back. I've done for the back before a back cow neck dress. Then I've done for front. So this method is I saw it and I want to try it out. So I just thought to share it with my followers. But I'm not making a video for it. So now I'm just tracing out. I'm tracing out this first pattern because I'm going to use it. So if you have question about a cow neck while we're at it, I will answer you, or any question regarding garments. I'll see what I can do. If I know, I will share the knowledge I have. We don't always have all the knowledge, but with the one we have, we could share, right? So for you to do this, you need a body scale. There is a free hand for making a cow neck. For those that knows how to do it. I don't know how to use the free hand. I only know how to alter a pattern for meat, so I wouldn't tell you what I don't know. So I'm just going to alter my pattern. And I'll take a question. Please kindly tap on your screen so that the live will get to more people, and share. If you know someone that is into fashion, then you share. So here I'm drafting out. So to make a cow neck, when you've done your pattern, you always need to use slash and spread. There are different ways to slash and spread. Of course, you know that for you to manipulate your dart, you have to move one to another point. You move one dart to another point. You don't basically eliminate all the dart. It's going to be transferred to somewhere else. Okay, so you manipulate your dart by transferring. But this one, I don't have. You can see my work. There's no dart anywhere because it's a top, right? It's a top. There's supposed to be, but I did not. Okay, it's a top. So I have done this. I've traced out. I said I'm going to show you two methods, so stick with me. Stick with me when let's do that. Let me know where you're viewing from. If you're here, just type where you're viewing from. And if you have questions, please let me know. Don't hesitate to ask your questions, and I will answer you if I have the knowledge to give you the full answer you want. Okay? So now that I've traced out my pattern, I'm going to cut this first one out. This is my first pattern. I need this to be full. I need this to be full. You can see? So I just have to transfer whatever I have on this other side to this other side. The light on my whatever has gone off, so I'm going to use the natural light. For this pattern I'm making, this method that I want to try for the cow neck is back again. It's fluctuating. I need to get my full body scale. I need the paper full because I'm slashing from the middle. So literally what I'm doing is transferring the sketch, the work from the other side to this other side, so that we could, so I could just cut it out and it gives me the same thing, actually, literally. Please, if you're joining, type in where you're watching from so I'll know where my viewer is from. Okay? And I would love to take questions. If you have a question, kindly ask me in the comment section. I am making a cow neck top. Like I said, I saw a picture of a cow neck that I want to try out. I've never tried that method before. So for me to try it out, because I want to use it for a ready-to-wear brand. So for me to try it out, I have to use this to test run it first. I don't have this other fabric that they use. So I'm going to use this fabric. This is a fabric I have had for close to 2 years in my bag. Okay, I'm going to use it to try it out to see the outcome of it. If the outcome is nice, then I'll proceed to use it for my project. If it's not, I'm going to leave it and do the one I know before. There's no harm in trying. That's how we evolve. Get to learn new things. So I'm just going to cut my pattern off. This pattern I have, I only added my body pattern and ease because there is no zip to it, so there is ease. if you're making a garment or a dress that does not have stretch, and you're not adding zip allowance, it's important to add 1 inch for ease, so that when you're pulling it from your body, you have space for movement. So this does not have a zip to it. There's no zip to the back of the top. So, and I'm not using a stretchy fabric, though this is a polyester. It's a poly fabric. It stretches a little, but not that much. So because the fabric is small, I can't really cut on the stretchy part. If not, this part will be used. If I place it and it's up to 25 length, because my top is 25, I'm going to use the stretchy part. If not, I'm just going to use the straight line. So the 1 inch for ease that I've already added is going to do the magic for me. So for this pattern, I'm going to cut the back first before the front. So whatever I'm altering, I'm just going to do this first anyways, because I'm using the front pattern for the back pattern. So for me to be able to do my work the way I want, I have to cut the back first. Cut out the back fabric first before the front. Hello. Could you please, if you're just type something, let me know you're following if you're with me, because people are just coming and leaving. I don't know. So just say hello so I know who's with me, and tap on your screen. And tap on your screen, okay? So this is my body. This is what I want to try out. But for the purpose of, because I'm live, I'm going to show you different ways you can do a cow neck. So that is why I have actually traced my work out on this piece. So I'm just going to define the lines. Let me get my marker pen. So I will define the line using this marker pen so that you could see what I am portraying or working on. So hello again, you're welcome. We're making a cow neck top. Cow neck top, right? What I don't know now is if I should focus the camera on the work of my face. I don't know the one that is better. My camera positioning has been giving me issues. If you follow me before, you know. I don't know. I'm still looking for a way to be positioning my camera very well so that it will always capture my work. I have done the best I could for now, getting me. So now I just want to expand the line so that when I alter this, you can see it. This is the waistline. This is the chest line. It's always good you do your measurement first with your pencil. But if you're doing a tutorial, after you've done it with your pencil, then you use a marker pen so that it will be loud for people to see. Because if you use your pencil, it's going to be faint. Except you have a good lighting and a well-positioned place, a good place to position your camera that whatever you're working on, they could see. But if not, you use a marker pen. But if you're not doing tutorial, you don't need a marker pen. You need your pencil because your marker pen will extend your line. For example, it will add like few inches into your measurement. So it's always good you, first of all, you mark out with your pencil, then you extend it with your marker pen. So when I'm done with this, cutting out of this, I am going to, that's when I'll start the illustration, then I'll start taking your questions. So I've extended this line. I'm only going to just cut it out so that you can see what I'm doing. Please just type, let me know where you're viewing me from, and if you're following. If you have a question, you can ask question regarding anything sewing, that you're having issues with. You ask me. If it's something I know and I can answer you, then I will answer you. But if not, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Knowledge is broad. You can only give out what you have. If you don't have more than they're asking, there's no way you give it out. So I just have to be honest. If it's something I know about, I'll give you the answer. If I don't, then I'll tell you I don't know it. So I have a very small workspace. So most times I struggle in some things when I'm doing something. So you see me moving because of my space. I have to constantly move things because of my space. So just bear with me. I'm clearing the table. The length of this top is 25. Okay, you are to use your measurement. Okay, the length is 25. Your height determine your length. A full length is usually sometimes from 23, 24, 25, even 26, depending on the height of the person you're working with. So mine is going to be 25. So this is my 25. There's no same allowance here, neither is there same allowance here. Okay, all I have in this pattern is my measurement and ease. I said if you're working with a garment, either a garment or a top, and you're not going to add, or a shirt, and you're not going to be adding a zip or button to it, you always have to add 1 inch for ease before you add your sewing allowance. So what I have in this pattern is my measurement and a 1 inch for ease. So whenever I'm cutting, when I'm transferring into the fabric pattern, then I will add my sewing allowance. Okay, so this is the normal method that you see everywhere on the internet, which is easy for a cow neck. But before you do it, yes, you can do the same pattern for your back and your front for your cow neck. All you need to do is do your front pattern, the neckline of the front, the neckline. This is the neckline of the back. This is the neckline for the front. This is my shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement, when you're taking shoulder measurement, your front shoulder measurement is 1.5 slope, then the back is 1 inch. So you can see. Now, if not that I'm doing this, if I want to alter for the back, I don't need to add sewing allowance for the front. If I want to alter for the front, I don't need to add sewing allowance for the front, because the 0.5 here is going to add, so it's going to be the sewing allowance. All I need to do is to add 0.5 on this other upper part, just to meet this place like this. Then I'll cut for the front. That means I've already had my sewing allowance for the shoulder for the front, if that makes sense. So now this is a full body pattern. Okay, this is my hip line, which is the length of my top. This is the waist measurement, and this is my chest line. And for you to get this chest line, if you don't know about it, you divide your bust measurement by 6. Whatever you have, you add 0.5 to it. That will give you your chest line. Okay, so now that I've explained this, we're making a cow neck top. So this is going to be a practical top for me. Like I said, I want to use this pattern for a ready to wear top. Okay, I want to use it. So now this method of making a cow neck dress, I said I saw a picture of it, picture illustration of it, and I liked it. I said, okay, I'm going to try it out. I've never tried that pattern before. Like I said in my videos, you will see I have how to make a cow neck top, a back cow neck top in my video. I use there's a method I use. I'm still going to show it here. Then I also have how to make a dress with a roach with a cow neck, and I use a different method for it. So those two methods, I am going to practice it here to show you in an illustration. So you just give me some time. Let me lift this up and I see how much it can capture from what I am doing. So this, I believe this is giving us a nice view of what I'm going to be doing. So let me take this aside first and place the fabric. This is a fabric and is a stretchy fabric. So for me to use it, this side stretches more, this side does not. So if I fold like this, I'm going to have my stretch on the side, which is perfect because the side is where you need to move your body, right? I'm going to have the stretch on the side. So now I am just going to place this like this. Before you do this, since your front and your back is in the same pattern, I am just going to cut out my back pattern, okay? I'm going to cut out my back pattern first with the same pattern I have. This is my pattern, right? So I'm just going to place it like so, and I'll cut out for the back. I have more excess, so I'll readjust. We'll cut the back first before we work on the front. I do not have a sewing allowance in this pattern, so you will watch me put the sewing allowance before I do my cutting. So I'm just going to place something to lay my fabric. Your fabric has to be laid so you can cut on the right part. With my pencil, I'm going to add my sewing allowance to this. If you don't know how to take a body measurement, please kindly visit you will find it there. I know you can't see this, it's faint, but I can see it. I'm the one marking it. I want to use pencil because this is, don't do this, please. Let your work be on the the back part of your pattern, not the front part of your pattern, okay? Of your fabric. So I'm just going to add 0.5 sewing allowance to the down part of this. So I have my back cut out. I can now show you different ways you can alter your front. Now we're going to face this like so. We need it this way. I want it facing me so you can see what I am doing. Now for this first method, make sure your pattern has a sewing allowance, okay? Make sure your pattern has a sewing allowance. For this first method, you do not need to cut anything. right? All you need to do is you need a pin. Please let me get my pin. All you need to do, you need a pin for this. You take your pin. This is your waistline, okay? You point it on your waistline like so. Make sure you have, from your starting point, make sure you have like 2 inches or more, because when you cut your drip, you need to fold it inside, right? So you make sure you have 2 inches or 3 inches before the shoulder line, okay? You have it as a straight line, then you cut it, you type it out. So I'm just using a chalk, putting it on the side I don't need because I don't want it. So you need like 2 inches. Now you're going to place your work like so. The 2 inches before your shoulder will act as your folding inside, okay? So what I need to do now is to take my pin on this side. Please tap on your screen, like the video, and share. All you need is to take your pin here. You place it on your waistline like so. You hold it firm. You're going to twist. That is why you need more space here. So I'm still going to go down a little more, like 4 inches. We'll go down a little more. So all I need to do is to pin here, right? You pin here. You're going to move your pattern, okay? You're going to move your pattern like this. When you move it, what you see now is you having something like a triangular shape, right? So what you're going to do, you see this line, you're going to chalk it down to this point. Remember, this doesn't have a sewing allowance, right? So the excess you're going to have here may even also serve as a sewing allowance for the side, okay? Like I said, if you want to do this pattern, make sure you have your sewing allowance in check. So now what you're going to do now, you're going to mark this place like a triangular form up to this point, okay? You're going to do something like this. You're slanting this point down to this your neckline here, okay? It's not going to be straight. You're slanting it down to this your neckline here. Then this is your shoulder line. You just cut like so, right? Cut like so. Before you do that, in case you're confused, use your chalk to chalk it around to this point. So this point, you're going to hold it like so. You mark it, right? When you're done cutting from here to this point, you're going to lift your pin. We lift your pin up again. You lift your pin and you're going to transfer it back to this place, right? I have this method in my pattern paper. You're going to transfer it back to this place in my video. Then here now that you have this, you're going to impute your 1 inch sewing allowance, okay? You're going to impute your 1 inch or 0.5 sewing allowance like so. And you will cut. So your cutting is going to come like this, down to like so. Down to this point. So this is where your drape is going to be, okay? If that makes sense. But this method will make it very full. It will give you a fuller drape, right? This is one of the methods, and I'm going to show you the second method. The second method is you're going to come to your chest line and you're going to slash open. When you slash it, you make sure you don't open here throughout. You place your fabric, giving, remember, you're going to give like 1-2 inch allowance or so, or one. You're just going to move your work like so. Okay, you're going to move your work like so. You're going to connect this point with a slant. The point your shoulder is, you connect it with a slant like this. It's not going to be straight. You're connecting it with a slant like so. You connect it with a slant. Then you make sure you pin here, or you notch this point of your shoulder, right? So your measurement is coming like this. You're going to measure around, put your sewing allowance here, and you cut. This is the second method, okay? And these two methods I've actually shown you is in my video, is in my channel. You can check it out. So for this one, I want to do this particular one. I need to open the center front. I've never done this before, so I want to try it out. So this crease line, I have to slash on it towards the end, okay? This is the new method I want to try out. I've never done this before. So if you're just joining my live, you're learning something with me. I'm going to slash it towards the end, but I will not get to the end. Okay? I want to see how this will work. Making sure my stretch is where it's supposed to be. My table is not wide enough. I have to pin this one side, cut before I cut on the other side. So I'm just going to slash like so and spread it across. So this is the third method. This is what I want to show you. So I don't know what the outcome is going to be like, but this is what I want to try out. My table is not enough, and I can't afford to start moving my work. That's okay. You go like this where you see it. You're seeing it, right? Okay, this is better. We go like this, so you get to see what I'm doing. I want to mark the starting point. I'm doing 4-inch. My work is going to start from there. The tip of mine is stopping at the 4-inch I measured down the mark I gave there. So I'm going to make sure that's where the tip stops. So the gap, the spreading determines how full probably is going to be. So I want to spread for I want to spread for 9.1 or 9 inches. Okay, so I'm going to hold here still. What we have, are you seeing it? So making sure I have at least 1 inch sewing allowance for myself. So I'll just pin down and I'll cut it, right? When I'm done with this, I'm going to put it in my story. If you like it, you go check it out. So this is the third method. It's a new way I want to try to make a cow neck dress or a top. If it comes out perfectly well, I will adopt the method. If it doesn't, I'll stick to what I know. There's no error in trying. And if you've been here so far, thank you for joining the live. Till I come your way again next time. See you in my next one. And bye. This is it. So my cotton is going to come like this. I'll make sure when I get here, always tint towards like this for the shoulder line. It thinks like this so that that place will go in and it will cover. So that is it. Thank you for staying tuned and seeing my next one. Bye. I wish I could sew. It will make the live very long. I wish I could show the sewing techniques and all that, but to make it very long. So I don't want to waste too much of our time. And have a great day. Thank you for joining my life. Bye. You can follow us in our channel. If you have not followed, check out our videos. I have different videos of how to make a cow. I have like two, one for back, one for front. And I've shown 3 methods in this particular video now. This is the third one, which I'm trying out for the first time. I'm going to try it, and as if the outcome is good, I will stick to it. All right, thank you so much for joining us.